The federal government is targeting Ithaca in one of the first clear challenges of so-called sanctuary city policy. The Department of Justice announced last week the arrest of 27-year-old Jesus Romero Hernandez, a Mexican national who they describe as violent. Federal officials pointed the finger at the Tompkins County Sheriff for releasing Hernandez before immigration agents arrived. Since late 2023, Hernandez remained in jail on a case that was plea bargained down to misdemeanor assault last week. The judge ordered his release, and through statements, Tompkins County's sheriff explains the feds didn't pick him up and he legally couldn't be held in jail any longer. CBS 5's Connor White reports.
We spent all day in Tompkins County and no one was able to provide those public records or even answer basic timeline questions about Jesus Romero Hernandez. We tried talking to the sheriff, the county DA, the mayor of Ithaca, and no one picked up the phone. This information would have provided us with two key things. The first, when Hernandez actually pled guilty and was released from jail, and the second, whether there's any evidence to support the Trump administration's claim that this is a violent man. Originally arrested in late 2023, Jesus Romero Hernandez entered a plea deal that released him from jail last week. The Tompkins County Sheriff claims immigration officials were made aware of the exact time they could pick him up. Late last week, the Trump administration's Department of Justice blasted the sheriff and county for setting Hernandez free despite a pending federal charge for illegally entering the country. The Ithaca Times reports immigration agents then raided the Department of Social Services in Ithaca last week, seeking their fugitive.
I.C.E. And U.S. Marshals could have apprehended Hernandez without the need of doing this raid, it appears.
The paper's managing editor says since the arrest, it's been difficult to find basic information on Hernandez's criminal history.
I think everybody is in kind of shock in the aftermath of the raid, and nobody wants to get out in front of themselves and say something that might not be accurate.
The I-Team is running into the same problem. The court won't hand over basic paperwork in a timely manner. Tompkins County District Attorney Matthew Van Houten is not responding to our many calls and emails. Sheriff Derek Osborne is also staying quiet. His team referring us to a county statement that says there's been no interference with federal immigration enforcement efforts. The mayor's office also unavailable to comment, leaving the federal government to put Ithaca in the center of a national debate, blaming the city's sanctuary city policies. The county's public information officer is refusing to speak to us even over the phone and is still pointing us to that statement from last week, which has incomplete details, which we'll continue to follow up on. Reporting in Ithaca, I'm Connor White.